4th of July, there is a new way you can enjoy Buffalo's waterfront.
And while others let me start that one over again. While others let you pedal on the water and get active, this one is all about lounging. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Liz Lewin live for us on the Tiki boat. Aloha, Liz.
We're out on the water, a bit windy, like you said, on a bad hair day, but that is not dampering my spirits. What could underneath on a Tiki tour, nonetheless. Here with Craig Schultz, one of the co-owners. So, Craig, you get your food, you grab your beverages, put them in the cooler, and you're taking a tour. Where are we going on these tours?
Well, you can go where you want. Right now, we're in the harbor in front of the big ships. You got the silos in the background. If you go the other way, you got the old silos from Buffalo's early history that you can take a look at. And there's a ship out there. I think it's haunted, but we can't confirm. We can't confirm that.
We can't confirm that. But you can bring up to 6 people on here. And day, night, can you talk a little bit about the logistics? I mean, where are people going, and how long can they be out here on the water to enjoy this site? It's gorgeous.
Well, the minimum cruise is an hour. But if you want the boat for a day, we'll be your captain for the day. Why not?
Oh, I would love that. I know Ed Dranch would like that too. He likes a good vacation. But all morning long, we're kind of going to be out here. We're going to be exploring the sites here on the water, watching the sunrise, the skyway in the background. We've got the ships, we've got the silos, so much to see. Opening day is Friday. Lots to talk about. And another surprise, if you're wondering, well, it's already booked. How can I get a tour? Well, we got some good news for you. You're going to have to stay tuned for that. For now, we are live on the water here in Buffalo. Liz Lewin, 7 Eyewitness News.
My girl is always looking out for my best interest, and everyone else's too.
Right, and we were wondering, well, how do we get on?
Exactly.
All right, we're going to have to check back in, Liz. Thanks so much. A new landmark destroyed the same day it's set up. We're going to show you why police say this crash, no accident.
And new research on hair products and cancer may change the way you style your hair. We'll explain coming up.
I'm Diane Macedo. In this morning's GMA First Look, the head of Homeland Security is announcing strict new requirements to fly into the U.S. Airline passengers can now expect enhanced screening, meaning more dog units, explosive swabbing, and new high-tech scanning machines in foreign airports. The reason? Fear of terrorists attacking a jetliner.
Make no mistake, our enemies are constantly working to find new methods for disguising explosives, recruiting insiders, and hijacking aircraft. I've made a point to talk with everyone I can about securing aviation.
The new requirements include every airline that covers 280 airports, 180 airlines, 2,000 flights, and 325,000 passengers a day. And we'll have more on how these new security measures could impact your summer travel coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
My challenge is to be in sync with my body, myself, my life. It all starts with a healthy routine. Begin the Activia 2-week probiotic challenge by enjoying Activia yogurt with billions of probiotics every day. Take the Activia Probiotic Challenge.
Day after day, we soldier through, overworked and under fire. What if there was a place to declare peace and comfort that helps cool and cradle every curve? The all-new Serta iComfort Sleep System.
Did you know when you buy any bag of dog or cat food at PetSmart, we give a meal to a pet in need? Help us reach our goal of donating more than 60 million meals so hungry pets across the country get to eat. Buy any bag, we give a meal to a pet in need. PetSmart, for the love of pets.
Megan's smile is getting a lot of attention. That's because she goes beyond brushing with ACT mouthwash. ACT freshens breath and strengthens enamel, protects teeth from harmful acids, and helps prevent cavities. Protect your smile every day. Go beyond brushing with ACT.
5:55 on a Thursday morning, less than 24 hours after a Ten Commandments monument goes up, it came crashing down. The monument went up at the Arkansas State Capitol in Little Rock. Police say 32-year-old Michael Reed live streamed the crash on Facebook, saying he did it because, quote, no one religion should represent the government. For years, it was debated whether the religious monument should be erected, but both supporters and critics say violence not the answer here.
This gentleman decided to act on his own and remove it in his own way through vandalism and breaking the law.
Where people take up violence against each other simply because they have a disagreement.
A replacement monument is already in the works, partly funded by the insurance of the guy who ran it over. Meantime, he's facing several charges, including defacing an object of public respect and criminal mischief. All right, this next story, you have to see it to believe it.
Something as small as a bee causing some major damage for a bus driver. This driver from Dayton, Ohio says he crashed this bus right into a tree because a bee flew into his face. He plowed into this tree that was just off the street. It appeared everyone in the neighborhood heard the boom from this crash when they found out what happened. They said they did not expect all of this because of a bee.
I believe it because, I mean, that would distract me, you know, trying to swat it out of the way. And that tree is like right on the edge of the street, so it'd be easy to hit. It really would.
17 people on board that bus at the time. Ambulances took 2 kids to the hospital as a precaution. Police say the driver of that bus is going to get a ticket for this accident.
5:57, we've told you before about the things robots could be doing for us in the not-so-distant future. Now a new study is breaking it down even further. The people at Oxford and Yale universities put this together. They say automation could take over most basic tasks in the next 10 years, even things like folding laundry. By 2051, they predict artificial intelligence could automate all of the things we do, like performing surgery and even writing books. They had some fun with their predictions, too. They believe by 2025, robots could build a Lego set, compose a top 40 pop song by 2028, and write a New York Times bestseller by 2050. Wow.
All right, robots, good luck. A new cancer study could have you change the way you style your hair. It found a possible link between some hair products and breast cancer. Reporter Karina Paiza has more.
Tashawn Benson is part of a growing trend among women in the African American community, making the decision to go natural. She did it for her daughter.
I wanted her to realize you're beautiful no matter what your hair looks like.
In fact, Robin Richardson at Beauty Begins in Maple Heights says 80 to 90% of her clients have stopped using chemicals on their hair altogether. She calls it a generational shift toward being more health conscious.
A lot of things that we eat, put on our skins, lotions, things like that, have different chemicals in hair products, color, with permanent and semi-permanent colors. They're penetrating. We just need to be aware of what's in each product.
Awareness is exactly what Dr. Deanne Radford is pushing for. She's the breast program director at Hillcrest Hospital. I met up with her to talk about a new study finding African American women who used dark hair dyes had a 72% higher risk of the most common type of breast cancer, while white women who used relaxers had 74% higher odds.
This is certainly a very provocative study. We should be aware that breast cancer is due to a combination of genetic factors and environmental factors. So I think we all need to be aware of what we put in our bodies.
The findings are especially important because it's one of the first times African American women have been looked at, specifically in relation to hair products.
I think African American women in general have been underrepresented in clinical trials.
Hair is a real big thing, and especially in the African American community, we love our hair. Our hair has to be right. We have to get it together. So we take pride in that. So knowing that something could possibly be killing us in the long run, you know, we're definitely ready to cut it out.
Okay, I'll see you. Call me tomorrow.
Well, doctors say it is important to remember this is only a possible link right now. It doesn't mean that you're going to get cancer if you use these products. They say leading a healthy lifestyle is still the best way to prevent cancer. Happening right now on 7 Eyewitness News, neighbors in Lancaster forced out of their apartments overnight. Now an investigation's been opened this morning trying to figure out how a fire started.
Western New York, today is the day Uber and Lyft are finally here, and this morning we're showing you how to use the app to hail a ride.
A teenage boy fighting for his life this morning after he was hit by a car riding his bike. Why this type of accident is cause for concern.
And players feeling the fatigue on the ice this morning, but one man's journey has got him playing through the pain. His story's coming up.
You're watching 7 Eyewitness News with Andy Parker, Katie Morse, Ed Dranch, and Autumn Lewandowski.
Good morning, Western New York. It is 6 o'clock on your Thursday. What are you two giggling about over there?
You know, this one, the Lewandowski over here. She's a jokester.
I'm yawning, catching flies. You're trying to stay awake.
Yeah, you know, alive, alert, awake, enthusiastic. It's Thursday. We got to get you out the door.
I know you want to get out in that tiki boat.
Oh my gosh,
that
you
Liz
have no
is on
idea.
This morning.
Looking forward to that. Let's get you out the door with the most accurate forecast.
Can we get out there and not have rain on top of us? That's the question over the next several days, and unfortunately, we are going to be dealing with it. Taking a look at Skywatch 7, you have Fireman's Park almost in the background there, the cathedral as well, going from Church right to North and South Division. Not getting wet right now. We're in the lower 60s. We have some sunshine out there. We're going to mix that with some clouds as we go throughout the day today, and some spotty showers is what we have down across the southern tier. What we have through southern Ontario will be coming through Buffalo and Niagara Falls, spotty showers as well into the next hour or so, but this is what we're dealing with right along I-86 from Olean. You'll be getting another couple of rounds from Salamanca and right along the 219 and I-86. You're the wettest as we begin our morning. As we look at the wider shot here, again, we've been talking about the spotty scattered showers. Well, those continue for the next little bit, at least around an hour or two. After that, we dry out for a little while. As we go towards noon, we're going to find some scattered showers and thunderstorms, temperatures near 80 degrees, and that southwest wind really picking up for the day as well. So warm and windy with scattered showers and thunderstorms continuing, drying out more so later in the evening before another round comes in. We'll talk much more about it in your 7 First Alert 7 Day.
Autumn, thank you. 6:02 on a Thursday. This is breaking overnight. Fire forces 4 people out of their apartment building on the 2nd floor of this building in Lancaster. Now they're trying to figure out how it all started and where in the building it started. Firefighters were called to the building on Central Avenue just after 1:30 this morning. There are businesses on the 1st floor, apartments on the 2nd. No one here was hurt. Unclear, though, if the businesses on that 1st floor were affected. Firefighters do not believe this is suspicious.
Today is a big day in Western New York. We are welcoming ride sharing here.
Uber and Lyft are already driving around town, but what do you need to know before you download the app and you request your first ride? 7 Eyewitness News reporter Tweelan Nugent live for us in downtown Buffalo with more. Tweelan.
Good morning, Ed and Katie. Well, the Ubers, the Lyfts, they're all already out here. If you open your apps today, you can see all the cars on the map. And guess what? Well, we called an Uber to come to this station, and we have Carolyn with us. Tell me a little bit about what today means for you being the first day Uber is out here in Western New York.
I'm really excited. I've used Uber in all the cities I've traveled, and I can't believe it's finally here. I'm looking forward to just making some extra money, meeting new people, kind of being an ambassador to my city, because I think that's what you do when you're an Uber driver. I do have a full-time job, so this will just be maybe a couple nights on the weekdays and a couple hours on the weekends.
Yeah, and so what has your experience been like so far? And it's only been a couple hours. We're only like 6 hours into first day of Uber, but what are you thinking so far?
I'm really excited. I think it's a really big step for Buffalo. It's a big step for our tourist industry. I'm just excited to get started.
Well, fantastic. So Carolyn is our Uber driver. You can see her car on the map right here, but we're going to show you exactly how it works here. So once you open your app right here, you can type in where you're going to. Ed, I think he's taking care of that back in the station so you guys can see it a little better. So you'll add where you're going to, your destination, so you can go anywhere you like in Western New York pretty much. I think, where are we going today? The zoo? Is that where we're putting in? We might be going to the zoo this morning. I can't see what Ed's doing on his Uber app, but we're going to the zoo. And then so once you put in your location there, give you your driver estimated time when they get to you, and then once you find out how long it'll take, your Uber driver can actually contact you. They can call you, they can text you, and coordinate maybe which side of the street they're going to meet you on or what you're wearing, so they can easily find you if you're in a crowd or it's late at night or something. But you can communicate with your Uber driver before they come and get you, and once they get there, you'll get a little text message that says your Uber is arriving, and that's the exciting part. So then you confirm with your Uber driver if you're the right rider, and if they're the right Uber driver, then you get in your car with them and they will take you to anywhere you need to go. And guess what? You don't need to pull out cash at all. All of it is handled right here on your phone, and the Uber driver will end the ride just like Carolyn. So Carolyn, tell me what you are hoping for your first Uber ride.
I'm hoping to meet new people. And I met you, so it's perfect.
Perfect. She finished her goal already, and it's only 6 a.m. this morning. So if you don't know how to use the Uber app or the Lyft app, you just hit us up on Twitter. We'll show you everything you need to know this morning, and we're going to go on Facebook Live here and talk a little bit about it as well. So we're live right outside our station here where we hailed this Uber, and we're going to get in it and maybe go to the zoo later.
Love it. Twila Nugent live for us in downtown Buffalo. What she said so important. She's an ambassador to the city.
And what a perfect one, too. She's excited. She wants to meet new people. I hope she's my driver someday.
There you go.
Very cool. And Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown getting in on the ride-sharing fun as well.
Yeah, he's going to be taking a first ride in Western New York with Lyft. The ride-sharing service is picking up the mayor, then driving him straight to the steps of City Hall so he can start his workday. He'll be dropped off at 7:30 this morning. Of course, Uber and Lyft not going anywhere anytime fast. It's here to stay, Western New York.
6:05, a 15-year-old Brockton boy fighting for his life after he was hit by a car in a busy section of Route 20. Deputies say that 15-year-old was not wearing a helmet when he was hit Tuesday. Investigators say they have no reason to believe that the driver was speeding. Now that summer's in full swing, the Chautauqua County Sheriff says he is concerned this type of accident could happen more often.
Bicyclists are out in numbers. They have a right to the road. We have to slow down and give them access.
Under New York state law, bicyclists are only required to wear helmets up to the age of 14, but some people in Western New York now pushing for a bill that would require everyone to wear helmets while they're riding a bike.
6:06, one person was rushed to Erie County Medical Center after a two-car crash in Wheatfield. The crash happened on River Road. Police told us they're not releasing any details about this crash, so at this point it's unclear how it happened or if any arrests were made. We'll follow up throughout the day.
And we have an update to a story that we brought you yesterday. A mother who went missing with her 2 kids has been found in Pennsylvania. 40-year-old Shannon Hitchcock now facing charges of custodial interference. She didn't show up in family court last month with her kids, and she does not have custody of those children.
We've now learned the name of the woman who was killed in a deadly crash in a Tops parking lot in East Aurora. Police say 48-year-old Wendy Buss, who you see here, was leaving the store Sunday when an 18-year-old driver backed into her. She died the following day at Erie County Medical Center. The driver involved in this accident is not facing any charges right now.
The Grand Island Town Supervisor's plea to Governor Cuomo going viral, and you're going to see why.
We need to have a solution to this toll issue. 3 generations of citizens on Grand Island have been fighting against these tolls.
That is Supervisor Nathan McMurray. He made that video complete with memes to grab the governor's attention, and it looks like it worked. After seeing the video, Governor Cuomo called his team to get the ball rolling on cashless tolls. We don't have a timeline on the tolls yet, but McMurray calls it a reasonable middle ground.
Happening today, some Western New York groups are joining Governor Cuomo's fight against the oil and gas industries as he declares energy independence from fossil fuels. Today, local environmental groups will review pending oil projects that could potentially do harm here in Buffalo. That's today at 2 in front of the Department of Environmental Conservation's office on Michigan Avenue.
And this morning, President Trump promising a big surprise on health care, but he hasn't said anything else. It comes as Senate Republican leaders try desperately to salvage efforts to repeal and replace Obamacare. Their replacement didn't get enough support to pass, so now Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he wants to have a revised bill by Friday. Some moderate Republicans are eyeing Plan B, which could involve bipartisan compromise. Democrats say they like that idea.
My Republican friends abandon cuts to Medicaid, highly unpopular with the American people, abandon tax breaks for the wealthiest few, highly unpopular with the American people. We Democrats are more than willing to meet with them in the White House to talk about how to improve health care for the American people.
The Congressional Budget Office estimates the Senate health bill would cause 22 million Americans to lose their coverage.
6:09 this morning, some controversy over President Trump's first re-election fundraiser at his namesake hotel in Washington, D.C. The event brought in an estimated $10 million last night. Donors paid $35,000 just to go. Democratic Congressman Jerry Connolly from Virginia says he thought the venue was just plain wrong in terms of a choice. But the Trump administration decided at the last second not to let reporters cover this event, which caused even more controversy. The White House said it was because of some confusion.
This morning, leaders are trying to set a launch date for new security measures for people who are flying into the U.S. with electronic devices. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly revealed those new screening methods yesterday. He says they're going to be phased in over time. Some include more thorough passenger interviews and enhanced screening of electronics.
We will also lay out a clear path to encourage airlines and airports to adopt more sophisticated screening approaches, including better use of explosive detection canines and advanced checkpoint screening technology.
Kelly said he had to keep some of the changes a secret. These are instead of an all-out laptop ban. That was a pitch that caused a lot of controversy. He said airports and airlines that failed to follow these new rules could be fined or they could be banned from flying into the U.S. Starting today, ride sharing officially here in Western New York. Now, one company has added a feature to help give rides to all your friends and family.
All aboard, we're setting sail on Buffalo's latest aquatic attraction, Buffalo Tiki Tours. Where are we headed? You'll have to tune in to find out. Join us.
So far, so good. A little beat up, but all in all, hanging in there.
And players are still on the ice this morning, but we'll tell you why one 11-day power player means a lot to the game and why being on the ice is a huge feat. His story coming up.
And we're watching 7 Super Doppler once again. While in Western New York, we have a break in some of the areas where we're dealing with rain. There's still more on the way. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News at 6. We'll be right back.
You're watching 7 Eyewitness News. Let's bring you up to speed.
Welcome back. It is 6:14 and it's another busy day for the president. South Korean President Moon Jae-in will visit the White House. He and President Trump are going to talk about what's going on in North Korea regarding nuclear conflict. The president and the first lady will then host a reception and a dinner this evening. Today, 50 new citizens will be welcomed to the United States during a special naturalization ceremony. Those candidates come from 30 different countries, including Burma, Germany, and Canada. Ceremony starts today at 9:30 on the USS Little Rock. And Cheektowaga police teaming up with the Walden Galleria. They're training employees on exactly what to do in the case of a real emergency. A lockdown drill going to be held today at 10:15. It simulates a realistic situation for employees, security, and police. And the mall is going to stay open during this lockdown.
And here we are, 6:15. Lots of things going on across Western New York today, and rocking at the Knox taking place. Can't rule out a few thunderstorms as we work our way into the evening with a gusty breeze. Things begin to dry out later on this evening. Temperatures, though, still mild in the 70s.
Autumn, thank you. We've heard of those pedal tours on land and by water, but now, have you heard of a tiki tour?
Let's have a tiki. From checking out canal-side concerts to weekend tours and even sunset rides, this Buffalo-based tour boasts a fun new way to take your food and drinks to the water. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Liz Lewin live on the boat for us, moving all around the waterfront. Hey, Liz.
Way more than just your food and drink. You're taking your friends and fun too, Ed. We switched captains, so we've got Craig Mann in the boat right now. I'm here with Mike Bartolotta, the other co-owner of Buffalo Tiki Tours. Mike, I mean, 2 weeks you guys have had this tiki tour, and already it seems like the future is bright. Can we talk about the traction that this is picking up?
Yeah, we don't open until this coming Friday, the 30th, and we've already purchased our second boat.
How excited, did you think when you guys were in Florida and you were like seeing this for the first time, now you've got it, that this would be moving this quickly?
No, we actually planned on doing this next May, and when we were asked by Riverworks to get it going this year, we had to beg the boat builder to build the boat and get it to us as soon as possible. And it showed up a couple weeks ago, and not in a million years would I have thought that we would be begging him to get us our second one, which he agreed upon.
It's been an awesome morning. We just passed the silos and we're continuing towards the Cotter Fire boat right now. In one word, how would you sum up this tour experience? I know it's hard to do in one word, but can you do it?
It's amazing.
Amazing. I would agree with that. Amazing views, amazing music, amazing captains, great views. So much to love about Buffalo, and what a great way to see it. So continue with us this morning long. We're taking it back to Riverworks as we are seeing Buffalo at dawn. It's pretty awesome. For now, we are live on the water here at the waterfront. Liz Lewin, 7 Eyewitness News.
Looks like a lot of fun. Can't wait to get out there.
Yeah, I would call it tropical too.
I like
because
that.
It's nice. You're not paddling. I like the paddling tours, but this one's just like relax.
I was just going to say, good
Have a
word.
cocktail and
Relaxing.
Yeah, very nice. All right, Darien Lake has officially been open now 35 days. Today they're celebrating a major milestone.
The iconic Viper. It's that roller coaster now celebrating 35 years of upside-down, fast-paced fun. To make the day even more special, though, the park is serving up Viper red velvet ice cream made by Perry's. So if you're at the park today, you can get some this morning about 10:30 or so. There are only 4 days left in the 11-day power play.
Music to those players' ears. Players are a step closer to setting a new Guinness World Record, but this movement going to be even more special for one Western New Yorker. His name is Peter Merlo. He never thought he'd play hockey again after he got his diagnosis. He was told he had just a month to live, but now he is days away from completing the world's longest hockey game.
This is my opportunity. In fact, a lot of guys I play with don't know my story and never really told it. Now's the time to tell my story. For me to be able to give back, I can't tell you what a wonderful opportunity this has been.
Diagnosed with cancer, told he only had a month to live, but now he says he is thankful for everyone who's been supporting him. Not only them, but throughout the game as well. He says he is lucky to be able to participate.
Good for him. Keep going. 4 more days left. These guys are amazing out on the ice for 11 days straight.
Oh, everything they're feeling.
Right?
Oh, boy.
Well, a lot of emotion, too, and I think that's
Sure.
the main reason behind it all, and all for a good cause.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're heading out today, some rain to start. What do we need to know as we're heading out?
Rain now, a little rain later. Some thunderstorms we'll be watching on Skywatch 7, and on 7 Super Doppler this morning, it's just a few light sprinkles that we have to contend with. Main threat is down across the southern tier, spotty from Jamestown right to Olean and Wellsville, and another batch coming through southern Ontario from Buffalo to Niagara Falls. We'll likely see a few more sprinkles as well. We're in the 60s and 50s down across the southern tier. Our Buffalo day planner will be in the upper 70s, close to 80 degrees as we head into the afternoon, and at that time frame we're going to find some scattered showers and thunderstorms passing downtown Buffalo, eventually drying out later into the evening. But it doesn't end there. We have a lot of other things to tell you about as we go through it hour by hour. Beginning at 7 a.m. these scattered showers are there. The main another main line where we're dealing with light showers over an extended area comes in from around 8 to about 10 o'clock or so from Buffalo out to Batavia, staying just along that 90 northward towards noon, and we'll still have some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the later afternoon hours. So from Dunkirk to Jamestown, some of these spotty storms creating some heavier downpours, some gusty winds within it through southern Erie County as we go into that 7 to around 10 o'clock time frame, becoming more spotty through the late evening. And as we go into tomorrow, we're still watching another round come on through. The wind index for the day today, winds are going to be around 20 to 25 miles an hour, but we'll have gusts over 35 miles an hour. So we'll call that a bad hair day for sure. Now by Friday, we're talking about some scattered showers leading into the overnight. This is how it begins our day on Friday. So we'll be wet to start. We'll watch this rise a little bit further north, and then we're going to have a boundary set up during the afternoon south and east of the city, which will bring in some thunderstorms that could have or pack a punch. So heavier rain, gusty winds, frequent lightning, that type of situation right along I-86, essentially all across our southern tier. And then even another round coming through for the dinner hour through the Niagara Peninsula. Later on in the evening, it's south and east. We dry out for a little bit of time before the next round comes through on Saturday. We'll be watching some scattered showers and thunderstorms there as well. Warm and humid. Watch these overnight lows are going to be pretty mild as well. Into the upcoming holiday, things dry out more so. We'll be in the middle 70s by our 4th of July.
Autumn, thank you. Speaking of that upcoming holiday, this 4th of July is going to be historic, but it might not be why you think. We're going to tell you why coming up.
Also ahead, ride sharing made its debut in Buffalo, and one company is looking to make requesting a ride even easier and safer for your entire family. We'll explain how coming up. It's 6:22. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News on a Thursday.
6:24 on your Thursday morning. Welcome back. A lot of people going to be celebrating the 4th of July by getting out of town.
Heading out. AAA says this Independence Day weekend will be historic in terms of travel. More than 44 million Americans are planning to travel by either car, boat, plane, or train. That's breaking a record for the number of travelers during this holiday weekend. But no matter how you travel, they're telling you to budget some extra time so that you can deal with others who are also trying to get out of town.
Makes sense. Pretty soon you might not need to go to a doctor's office to get a flu shot. There's a new flu shot patch that could do the trick for you. You could put it on yourself at home. This patch has micro needles. They dissolve into your skin. The first human trial of the patch shows it works just as well as a traditional shot, and it didn't have any serious side effects. Ride sharing has officially started in Western New York. Uber now lets you request rides for your entire family.
And users will be able to select whether the requested ride is for them or for someone else. This app would also send a text message to the rider with the driver's details and a link to track the route. Uber's hoping this will provide safe and reliable transportation to even more people.
Days of testimony have wrapped up in Albany. Now the fate of Carl Palladino's future with the Buffalo School Board up in the air.
A new piece of equipment could soon be joining the West Seneca Police Department, and it'll help them by putting a set of eyes in the sky.
No need for a jacket this morning, although you may need the umbrella as we go throughout our Thursday. Your 7 First Alert forecast is straight ahead. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News at 6. We'll be right back.
Right now on 7 Eyewitness News, police in West Seneca could soon be using some new technology in the field, but they're still waiting for a federal thumbs up.
Why do people go over the falls? Because it's a challenge.
Plus, we're learning some new details this morning about the mystery surrounding a daredevil's death after a stunt over the falls went wrong.
And it's a mild, sticky morning. The wind's going to increase, and coming up, we'll be tracking 7 Super Doppler to show you where the rain is as we go throughout our day.
Western New York, today is the big day. Uber and Lyft are finally here. Look at all these drivers ready to take you out. We'll show you how to use the app coming up.
You're watching 7 Eyewitness News with Andy Parker, Katie Morse, Ed Dranch, and Autumn Lewandowski.
Hi everyone, good morning. 6:30 on a Thursday. Thanks for being with us here on 7 Eyewitness News. Yesterday we showed you some crazy video of a woman holding on to a car as somebody stole her purse. Today, a completely different story.
Yeah, how far would you go? This woman actually hits the guy who takes her purse. We're going to tell you how he's doing today and who's facing charges now.
Yeah. It's a really incredible story. We should point out, though, that that person has minor injuries. We paused the video right before he was hit. We'll show you the full video coming up in just a little while. But first, let's get you out the door this morning with your most accurate forecast. Autumn Lewandowski outside for us.
It's a mild beginning, also a little bit sticky. The unfortunate part about that is the stickiness isn't going to be going away as we go throughout the day today and into the upcoming weekend. So those that wanted summer back, well, here it comes. We have the heat and humidity with us for sure, and we're taking a look right at the marina this morning. Why are we looking at it? Well, we're getting closer to the weekend. We're getting the warmth here, but there is going to be a little bit of a halting mechanism that I'm going to tell you about. Low 60s right now. The winds are fairly light. However, as we go throughout the day today, we're going to see these winds pick up to around 20 miles an hour. Gusts will be over 30 miles an hour, and we're going to have them coming in out of the southwest. That's going to create waves of 2 to 4 feet. There's also a small craft advisory on the near shores of Lake Erie for the day today. 7 Super Doppler. There are some spotty showers out there, not in downtown Buffalo as we speak, more so down across the southern tier from Wellsville Boulevard to Clarksville and 305 along I-86. We've been getting wet all day, and now Salamanca going from Front Avenue right up to Kilbuck. You're all dealing with some of these light showers, not heavier downpours by any means, and moving fairly quickly in and out of the town. As we look at the wider shot going a little further north, there's still some spotty showers from Toronto right up to Niagara Falls. We'll be getting wet there once again as we go into the next hour or so. As we go through the day today, we'll be right near 80 degrees. We'll have these scattered showers and thunderstorms as we work our way into the afternoon for Buffalo, more so through the evening for the southern tier. We'll put some timing on all of that and what we can expect through the upcoming weekend. I know in the next couple of days, the showers and thunderstorms not really going anywhere. We'll show you when it finally dries out and if it's in time for our 4th of July from the inside.
Okay, Autumn, thank you. Ride sharing today, hitting the streets of Western New York.
Some drivers are already out there, and many of us are new to this kind of service. So what do you need to do before you download the Uber or Lyft app? 7 Eyewitness News reporter Tweelan Nugent live for us in downtown Buffalo with what you can expect today.
Good morning, Ed and Katie. I've got Uber and Lyft right here on my phone, but this morning we're going to use Uber, and we've already used it to call a driver here this morning. We have Carolyn with us, who we kind of put on the spot this morning. So tell us a little bit about what today means for you, being the first day that you can drive Uber here.
I'm really excited. I think it's a long time coming for Buffalo. I think it's really important for our tourism industry, for people coming to the city and opening up their phones from the airport. For them not to see any ride sharing is a little bit crazy at this point. So I'm really excited. I think it's big steps for our city, and I already have a full-time job, so I'm excited to make a little bit extra money.
And I think you said something so great when we were on Facebook Live earlier. You said it's a great way to be ambassador to the city. So talk to me about that.
Yeah. I've used Uber in every city that I've gone to, probably a dozen U.S. cities, and I've used it in Europe as well. And I think when you drive Uber or when you ride Uber, you really become an ambassador of your city. You're meeting new people, you're showing people around your city, you're talking to them about what restaurants to go to and sites to see. So I think it's really important to welcome people and meet new people, and that's what I'm most excited about.
Perfect. And as a passenger, you guys, this is really easy to use the app here. So you pull up Uber and it'll say where to. All you have to do here is put in your location, and a driver like Carolyn will show up to pick you up. So I think we're headed out somewhere. So I think we're going to get in and let's go. Carolyn's going to take me somewhere. I don't know where we're going, maybe to get breakfast. So we'll see you guys later. And if you have any questions on how to use the app, just find me on Twitter, and we'll get you the answers you need this morning.
Okay, bye, Tweelan.
See you later, Tweelan.
Bring us back breakfast.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't come back empty-handed. Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown getting in on this ride-sharing fund as well.
That's right. He's going to be taking the first ride in Lyft. The ride-sharing service is picking up the mayor, then driving him straight to the steps of City Hall so he can start his workday. He's going to be dropped off this morning at 7:30. 6:35, 6 people have been arrested and are now facing federal charges this morning in connection to an investigation into several debt collection companies. These companies were operating out of Niagara Niagara Falls, Grand Island, and Kenmore. All 6 people have been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud. One of the people charged was released from jail this week on a $50,000 bond. He's said to be the ringleader of this whole thing. If convicted, the 6 people could each spend 10 years in prison, Katie.
6:35, and after 5 days of testimony and arguments, the fate of Carl Palladino on the Buffalo School Board now in the hands of State Education Commissioner Mary Ellen Elia. Closing arguments wrapped up in Albany yesterday. A board majority accused Palladino of sharing confidential information from an executive session with the public. We are now expecting a final decision to come in the next few weeks.
Drones may soon be a regular sight in West Seneca as the newest addition to the police force. West Seneca officers have been training for 8 months to use this new drone safely and effectively. They plan to use it for everything from search and rescue to monitoring potential flooding. The drone was paid for by a state grant, and police officers say they used almost every penny.
We had a $10,000 grant from the state, and I spent $9,999.94.
Geez, good for him is right. The drone can also carry items to people in the field carrying a case that's tied to the bottom. Right now, the FAA still has to approve it for night use before it can be used in the field. Officers are expecting approval in the next few days.
This morning, we're learning more about a daredevil's death after a stunt he tried to perform over Niagara Falls went wrong. New York State Parks Police say Kirk Jones and a friend came to the falls in April, and that Jones had plans to go over the falls holding a 7-foot pet boa constrictor named Misty. But his friend bailed before the stunt. He said he felt it was too dangerous. Jones' body was then found in the Niagara River earlier this month.
Why do people go over the falls? Because it's a challenge. It's just, it's big, it's huge, everybody knows about it.
Police are now saying Jones' friend could still face charges. Misty, the boa constrictor, still has not been found. Jones is now the 9th daredevil to die at Niagara Falls.
Okay, 6:37, this is breaking now. One of Pope Francis's top advisors is taking leave amid sexual assault charges against him. Australian Cardinal George Pell gave a statement overnight calling allegations of historical assaults a character assassination. He says he cannot wait to prove his innocence. Officials say several alleged victims filed complaints against him. Pell will be back in Australia for a court date on July 18th. President Trump's partial travel ban officially goes into place tonight at 8, blocking people from 6 Muslim-majority nations from coming into the United States for 90 days. We should point out existing visas are still valid here, and anyone who's applying from those 6 countries should already have a close relationship with somebody in the United States.
Happening today, we are getting a new look at the Oshai Children's Hospital. That hospital now more than 90% complete. Today, we're going to be able to see the finished operating rooms, the ICU, and the pediatric unit. The hospital is scheduled to open its doors this November. We're getting you ready for the 4th of July this morning, learning what you should expect to see at Canal Side for this year's celebrations.
Who said you had to leave Buffalo to take a vacation? Well, now you don't have to. Get on board Buffalo Tiki Tours with us this morning. We're taking a tour of the city like you've never seen. It's the latest attraction here on the water, and you've got to hear all about it.
It's not right, it's not fair.
Imagine this, you find a thief rummaging through your purse. What do? Well, this one ran a guy down. So why are they both facing charges this morning? We'll explain. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News on a Thursday.
It is 6:41 on your Thursday morning. This is happening right now. We're out on the water for this beautiful day. Buffalo Tiki Tours showing us the Queen City. That's a nice start to your day, huh? We're going to check in with Liz Lewin in about 5 minutes. She's showing us this fun new way you can take your food and your drink off dry land and head out into the water.
And as we see first light on a beautiful Thursday morning, we're also seeing a new light scheme at One Seneca Tower. Get a look. Overnight, these LED lights were turned on Buffalo's tallest building for the first time. Douglas Development, the building's owner, says you can now expect to see light displays every single night. And this weekend, it'll have a special red, white, and blue sequence for the 4th of July. Looking good.
Well, speaking of the 4th of July, we'll learn the final schedule for Canal Sign's 4th of July celebration today. Waterfront leaders and Buffalo police going to go over their plan at 10 a.m. You might remember last year there were some reports of unconfirmed gunfire there. It caused a lot of security concerns. Well, the fireworks were also delayed because there was an electrical issue, so we'll tell you what to expect this year.
6:42, if you've ever considered working in law enforcement, the state troopers are looking for you at the Walden Galleria today. Troopers are recruiting ahead of testing in October. They're going to be set up on the lower level near Macy's this morning at 11. The deadline to apply is September 1st.
Cradle Beach will cut the ribbon on a new building for campers to showcase their talents. You're looking at video of the groundbreaking of the New Era Performing Arts Center from back in October. New Era Cap Foundation donated $640,000 to build it. Cradle Beach hosts kids who have disabilities and also kids with economic disadvantages. An overnight fire forces neighbors from their apartments in Lancaster this morning. An investigation now opened into what sparked it.
Also this morning, if you find yourself sitting a lot at work, you might be undoing all of that good you did yesterday during your workout. So how do you fix this? We'll explain coming up. It's 6:43. Your morning sprint is coming up next. Stay with us. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News.
Welcome back at 6:45. People are going to be talking about this story today. A man steals a pregnant woman's purse in a Walmart parking lot. Then he tries to run away.
Okay, turns out, though, they're both now facing charges, both of them. We should warn you before we show you the video. It looks a little graphic, but the guy who you see getting run over only suffered minor injuries. Let's roll it for you. She chases after the guy who has her purse. She's in the SUV. Right. He's now being hit by the car. This happened in North Carolina. Two men rushed to help the purse snatcher, taking him down to the curb. He was treated by paramedics. The woman said she just didn't want him to get away with her purse.
I came back out here and he was with my purse and took off, and I took off after him. Me being 5 months pregnant, I chased a little ways and then come back, jumped in the car, throwed it in gear, and come across the curb and ran him over. I was not going to let him get away with it. It's not right. It's not fair.
Okay, well, that said, police are now charging her with assault with a deadly weapon, obviously the weapon being this red SUV here. The man is charged with breaking and entering and larceny.
At 6:46, it's a good way to see beautiful Wyoming County and a new adventure at the same time.
How about geocaching? The Wyoming County Chamber of Tourism and Commerce unveiled a new geocaching trail as part of an effort to get more people off the couch. Geocaching is part game, part adventure. You use your GPS on your phone, and then you uncover those hidden gems.
It's great for us because it brings new people to our center, and they may come for the geocache, and then they may spend additional time on our trails, seeing the birds and other wildlife that we have here.
But the real payoff of geocaching is having fun with friends and family in nature. And getting started is as easy as visiting the Wyoming County Tourism website.
Okay, Tiki Tours taking over Buffalo this summer.
This new water attraction will have you bringing your favorite food and drink out on the water. 7 Eyewitness News reporter Liz Lewin live on the boat for us this morning, getting a unique view of Buffalo.
And Katie, all morning long, I've been jamming, having a blast. No food or drink, but Bob Marley's keeping me company. So are Craig and Mike. They're the co-owners of Buffalo Tiki Tours. All right, Craig, we're gearing up opening weekend on Friday. Officially, all your hard work paying off. What are your hopes moving into the big weekend?
I'm hoping to have warm weather. Yeah. That's what we need.
That's what we need. That sounds like a lot of fun. Autumn, Andy, we're counting on you. We're pulling for that warm weather. And Mike, you know, we've been doing our best to really showcase what this is all about. But moving forward, what do you want Western New York and other people, visitors, to know about Buffalo Tiki Tours?
Know that it's one of a kind. Come out and try it, and they can see what's out there. The sites are awesome.
The sites really are awesome. You're taking a look at Silo City right now. We're being kept some company by rowers. It's literally, I've been here my whole life and I've never been this far into Silo City, and it's gorgeous. It's a great way to experience fun, summer, vacation. It's vacation on vacation, right guys?
And maybe, just maybe, the haunted boat.
The haunted boat. Well, the Columbia, we've been here checking it out. But you got to check it out for yourself. For now, we are live on Buffalo Tiki Tours here on Buffalo's beautiful waterfront. Check it out for yourselves. We'll send it back to you guys.
We're talking about this haunted boat.
Ed's dying to know if it's really haunted and the story behind it. I don't know. We're going to have to find it out.
Liz, thanks.